Hey, so I decided to make a video continuing the discussion on the borderline personality disorder topic. Um, just, my own personal thing about it. Um, for me, it's something that I'm learning to manage every single day. So what you see right now, you know, my hair all nice and red, my tits pushed out, my nails done, jewelry on, makeup is done. This is all me coping with the consequences of borderline personality disorder. And I'm also an artist. Never forget that. But feeling and looking like this, for me, this is what it looks like to be put together. It wasn't always the case where I could wake up in the morning and this is what I'm supposed to look like. This is how I'm supposed to get people to like me. And without this, I can't even, it's the bare minimum for me to feel some kind of self-worth. And I have this innate need to grab people's attention with my appearance. I've always had that, but now it's especially the case because I am totally alone for the most part. And I'm really desperate for, people's attention. And sometimes guys, of course, usually will try to make interactions with me. But the thing is, I can't really interact because although it might look like I'm built for interaction, I can't actually do so. And it's weird being me because on one hand I want to respond, I want to interact. However, I know it's because I look like this that it would only be about one thing, which is why I don't respond. And what I really crave is not really sex and attention, it's emotional fulfillment. And I realized that I probably won't ever really have that. I've had it only a handful of times in my life, and it's really annoying how seeing other people have somebody to walk around with. Lately I've been hanging a lot in the mall because until I actually go and start trying to get a job, I need to heal my body first. And you might not really see. It's especially on my back, you can see. It's not really that visible on camera, but you can see these like little red marks, and I just don't feel comfortable applying for jobs until I get rid of the skin problem. So until I look smooth and normal and yada yada yada. Like, hopefully it'll be in a matter of a week or half or two, maybe at most. But I'm really putting my mind to this because also another news flash is that I'm not going to be going to school. And this was sad for me, but I made the decision because I have to grow up. Nobody's looking out for me, so I have to look out for myself. And honestly, there really is nothing else to say about that. And I have some people who will watch my videos and judge things on my videos and use it against me for some reason. It's interesting because I'm right here. If you want to interact with me, what's the obstacle? You are scared of me, where the only way you can communicate with me is through a barrier of a YouTube video. Meanwhile, you are leaving me to my own devices in real life. And yeah, I wasn't exactly planning this to be the future as a little girl. You know, displaying everything, looking really hypersexual. I did not want this to be my future. But the thing is, guys, is I just do not have social support. I do not have that. I wish I did, and I've been begging and, whatever, but I'm done begging. If that's just not gonna happen, time does not stop for me. It may stop for you while you sit there and in your house and let the world pass you by. But listen up, hon, you're not getting any younger, and I'm not getting any younger. I'm still younger than you. But I don't like to waste time. I never had. And I might not have the same access to resources. I might be more alone and more lost in that regard. But I do not lack ambition, and maybe I might even have more ambition in that regard. Capricorn rising, don't forget that. And also Cancer moon. And sometimes Cancer actually, they're even more of a threat than Capricorn because they have that. They poke holes. They're a weapon. They do not just disappear without leaving a mark because they're Cancer. They got claws, hun. But yeah, I feel also like everything that's been going on in my life has kind of led up to this. I've been having trouble fitting in. I could never fit in my school. I could never fit in with my peers, and it sucked. It sucked feeling like that because I genuinely enjoyed learning and in socializing, but I never was able to actually experience it on a normal level because of my issues. And I actually wanted to shout out to Nick Avocado, who I've recently discovered because of his recent drama. But the thing about this guy is that he has similar issues to me. He has this attachment problem. And he takes he used to at least take the same medicine as I did, which was Zoloft. And for me, this is the medicine that has changed my life and then I need to stay on in order for me to be able to function normally, normal within my own bounds, of course. I just relate so much to some of his psychological issues, especially the ones where, he uses his videos as a way to cope with being alone and missing people, and ultimately not being able to bond normally with people, because he was an orphan and from birth, and when he never had that motherly attachment. When they teach you psychology courses, they teach you about there's different levels of attachment, and some babies, they develop issues when the mother is not there to nurture and provide from the early birth. I don't think I was lacking in that, but I was from a young age very much always alone. And that's why I feel like I have such similar issues to him, because I honestly have been around, listening to people about issues, borderlines, but I could never really find somebody that I related to besides, um, well, I won't get into it, but for the first time, I recently watched some of his stuff, and it's like when he talks about it, it's like, wow, that's the first time I ever saw somebody almost mirror my own issues, because I just never find anybody who has this problem as I do. And it could be a number of things. It might not just be upbringing, it could also be genetics and blah blah blah. It's all very complex cocktail that goes into a mental disorder or a personality disorder. And it's not like I honestly don't have friends or family. I mean, I have my parents, but um, that's not, I've never been able to really rely on them, especially as of late. And people who I thought were my friends before um, just flake out, and they don't care, they don't give a damn, and they want to make assumptions about me. Fine, but that just means one thing, that when I am going to shine, it'll be on my own. And I don't want to be on my own, but I will have no choice. The thing is, at the end of the day, we all have to grow up eventually. And what I'm doing now is the most realistic possibility I find available to me. I'm sure it would be different if I had a family that was larger, more extensive, more caring, if I had a phone full of friends, which I, contrary to popular opinion, do not. I'm very, very limited in that regard. And I've been fucked over by my teachers. I've been fucked over by my friends, people who I thought were my friends. I've been fucked over by my family members. I've been fucked over too much, to the point where I just cannot really rely on people. And it's not something I wanted personally to happen. It's something that just happened by itself. You see, I have this cat right here, and this is my social support. And if you're sitting there with a grandmother and a grandfather and a mother and a stepfather, and you have siblings and you have multiple people and friends and job, and you're telling me that you have depression, it cannot nearly be the same level. And I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. And if the truth bothers you, I can't really say anything else, because the truth is the truth and everyone really knows it at the end of the day. You know, the truth always comes out, and that's something I've never been not privy to. Always been privy to that fact, and I'll always be the first to admit my wrongdoings, no matter how bad it might look to me, because I'm not scared of damaged reputation, because if that's what's going to be the case, I'd rather not stress about it. I'd rather have peace of mind than lie. If you want to sit there and judge me on how my femaleness is an issue, people who judge others, it's really a reflection of something within themselves that they are in battle with. Do not project your insecurities on me. I'm strong in the fact that I've made it this far. And I'm gonna keep going. And everything you've done to me, it remains. And the truth you both and I know. We all know what it is. But you don't need no words to justify it. People are also liars. Me, even when I lie, I am honest. And you won't ever find another copy of me. Copy in mind, copy in body, copy in spirit. It's only one imperfection. And that's just what it is.